Hey guys, hey, welcome back. Welcome back to this video. This video is gonna be, what I feel primarily about the best episodes of Transformers G1 Season 3. I wanted to do this for a long time, but I just wanted to go over the episodes. I thought overall Season 3 had pretty much failed us in relating the previous seasons 1 and 2 to characters that were introduced through the movie. I think even Japanese had a pre-movie thing with all the combiners and everything that happened away from the normal main scope of Transformers, and that happened with Autobot City in the movie. And they brought out something, I don't know if it came before or after the movie, but I always thought that Season 3 missed on relating us. When we came into that, we really couldn't feel the new characters so quickly, especially for the ones that didn't see the movie. I was one of those ones that did not see the movie until it came to VHS. You know how long back then, VHS, before something came from the movie to VHS, you had a pretty bad movie to get there like within 6 months or even a year after it went to the main theaters. So it took me probably 87 or 88 before I even watched Transformers the movie. So that's weird. It came out in 86. So that was the way it was back then for us that were old enough to know that movies took a long time to come out. They were considered more valuable to wait and get the copyright stuff all straightened out. So anyway, no further ado, I just want to go over my previous video before we get into the best of Season 3 with this Cyclonus. I still haven't changed the faceplate out of it yet. But I learned a few extra things here. But what I wanted to just go over was something real quick. On my last video, I know I got a little flack about the alterations I made. They weren't that big a deal, you guys. They weren't that much of an alteration. I just took the leg off like you saw in the video, and all I did was just shave it down just a little bit. It's still stiff. Even on the flip part, is still stiff. It like locks into place. I didn't do anything major. It did not hurt the transformation. This is still the same. It's still beautiful. Just for those of you, I think only one really had I think everyone understood why I did it, but they realized I was just basing it off the previous version, when it extended on the legs to bend down into the bottom portion. But there's nothing unstiff or hurt on my version of Cyclonus. It still works just fine, even with the leg alterations, the extension I did on it. It still was very stiff lock. I made sure that when I did shave it, even though I didn't have to, when I found out later that it wouldn't hurt it that much. So just want to go through that. But yeah, no further ado, we'll get to the best of Season 3 in my opinion, in a moment. So here we are. I'm here to talk about the best of Season 3, the episodes that I thought stood out as some of the better ones. As I mentioned before, some of these episodes in Season 3, they were very controversial when we were trying to get a hold of the new characters we were looking at on the screen, and we're saying, hey, where did anyone live? Did anyone come over from Season 1 or 2? And yeah, some did. Bumblebee, they wasn't shown too much in Season 3. Let's see, the Dinobots, of course, they were very early on. They came over. Perceptor was not so early on, but he did, of course. A lot of them came over. Blaster, Perceptor, very few. Cosmos, very few ones. So Mega Supreme was shown in the episode and mentioned maybe in another one. So here are the best 5 episodes, and I'm sure I'm going to put in some honorable mentions of the Season 3 of the Transformers. Number 5, I got Carnage in C minor. I put this at 5, but actually it's one of my favorite episodes. I mean, the one that I actually enjoy watching, and it's weird because there's so much screw ups in this episode. This episode shows pictures of Braun and Huffer alive. We know that they're supposed to have passed. We saw Braun pass. We didn't really see Huffer pass, but we knew he was on that lookout mountain under the ridge or whatever. Somehow he passed. And they showed pictures of him. They also show, missizings. You see Ultra Magnus picking up a couple Constructicons, banging them together. Wait. Even though that's kind of true toy-wise, they were still a little undersized. The Constructicons were still made a little undersized there. But, toy-wise, Ultra Magnus is bigger than Devastator. So I had them both, the few ones that I did have. And it was an odd episode, but I liked it because it showed in the Raw that, Soundwave back talking again, back really involved with Galvatron, who was previously Megatron. And it was actually it was a fun battle episode with all the other strangeness attached. For some reason, I really enjoyed that episode. So yeah, Carnage and C minor, number 5. My number 4, and I'm doing a lot of ad-libbing. I'm just talking off the top of my head about these episodes as I remember them. The number 4 is Starscream's Ghost. It was nice to see Starscream mentioned in the episode. As a matter of fact, I remember seeing a script online stating that they were going to always bring Starscream back as a ghost, so they wanted to kill him. That was purposefully killed off in the movie. They had always planned to bring him back as a ghost, so that was kind of interesting to find that out. They had a future script on him while they were writing the movie. So seeing him back and seeing him, communicating and working with the newer released Autobots and Decepticons was quite pleasant to see. I think the most unique part about it was that we never thought someone can come back. They bring a transformer, an electronic being, back in ghost form. I'm like, that's interesting. But that's cartoons for you. That's what cartoons can do. That's the beauty of cartoons. So yeah, it was nice to see Starscream back and representing again. On my number 3 list is Call of the Primitives. Call of the Primitives probably remind me a little bit of Transformers, the movie. It was one of the better designed. It really looked good. It was one of the better designed animations of season 3. I think that's why I have it, primarily on the list. It looked good. Of course, it was also the new addition to where this was supposed to be the aftermath of Unicron. This is supposed to be the new guy. I forgot his name. I'm sure I'll mention it on the subtitles, but Tornadron or something. I don't know. But anyway, he was the being of energy that went around sucking up energy of worlds and did it manly with a way faster rate than Unicron did. So it was interesting, but well-drawn episode. One of my mentions because it was just kind of cool to see the Dinobots there, Springer, Blaster, Ultra Magnus, Rodimus fighting, and all the Dinobots kind of back to the old glory, not just comic relief, but also you can see they were still considered respectful warriors of the. I never thought they should have removed that from season 3. The fact that the Dinobots were still one of the best troops they had, still some of the most unbeatable troops that the Autobots had. Number 2, I'm gonna call it Ghost in the Machine. This is the second one they did. I was really pleased to see that they did another one, Starscream. And this time, to make a long story short, they brought Starscream back. They brought him back to life, and I was really expecting after this episode that they would go further. They would actually show Starscream getting revenge on Galvatron or bringing troops, so kind of like Lucifer, bringing troops over to his side and somehow tricking everybody. And I do base my series off the continuations of those. Some of the animations I do are based on a continuation of how I think they should have done more with season 3, season 4 concerning Starscream. So yeah, number 2 on my list was a really pleasant surprise to see Starscream return to life and how all took place during that time, during that episode.
If you want the connection made, you better give me a new body now!
You shall have it.
I live again!
What happened back there?
Mighty Galvatron, what is that?
It's Starscream! Blast him!
But he's a ghost!
Die, you worthless!
So just a few honorable mentions. There is the episode Only Human. I thought Only Human was a great episode, turning Autobots into human beings. And I think the new Motion Magnus Springer, and maybe even Rodimus that may come out one day. I'm believing he will have those figures along with him. And just interesting to see how they brought that episode to being. It's kind of really a Springer-based episode, and Springer's my favorite character, so I thought it'd be a great honorable mention, along with Dark Awakening. It was amazed to me that they killed Prime again. Why would you do that? Why would you bring him back? If we had hope, maybe this is a rescue. They see that they made a mistake, and then they kill him again. How many times is it? And then the Japanese, I heard later on, the Japanese took over after the season 4. They had the 3 episodes, and that was it. Then they took him and, Cyclonus, and I think I saw the episode with Cyclonus and Scourge were beating him up, and then all of a sudden, he dies again. And Rodimus retains leadership. So, it's just ridiculous. But I thought it was a good episode. It really was cool to see Prime reacting with the new characters again. I wish they brought more in. And then one more would be the Fighter Fleet. I thought Fighter Fleet was a great episode where they found Sandstorm and they went to the kind of a well-drawn episode as well. And they went to that planet and they were able to not save the planet, but help the Autobots when the Decepticons took over.
My way!
There's plenty of energon, brother.
Number 1 on this list will be actually 2-parter, the return of Optimus Prime. The Optimus Prime was like which one did I mention? The Call of the Predators, the Transformers movie. Well drawn, one of the better drawn, well drawn episodes. And they got Bumblebee involved again. Turned him into something else, Goldbug. And all the Autobots came to rescue the body of Optimus Prime when they found out an evil man scientist was mad at Prime for something that happened in his past, scarred face, and they came to rescue him. And then and there was a trap, and they spread these spores that came from that Dark Awakening episode where those spores were attached to that planet somehow, and they tested it. And of course, part 2 is where Prime finally came to life from the Quintesson and was able to get the protection he needed. That was stated in the first episode to get that Matrix out of Rodimus and save the universe. Hee hee ho ho. But yeah, those are my best of season 3 episodes. You may not agree. All these are in my humble opinion, but I thought I always wanted to do an episode just discussing it, talking about it. I know you guys have your opinions. I would love to hear it at the comments below. But until next time, this is just a placeholder video till I get more characters in. Hopefully we got more coming. Maybe Springer even at the end of next month, June. We'll see. We'll see. Transbox releases some coming up here soon in fan stores as well as in many others. So you guys take care. Be blessed. Have a good week.
There's just no time to die.